Hi, hello. My name is Sheikh Mohammed Iqbal. My registration number is 21BQ18051. I am from CSCD. Today I am going to give a seminar on DS data structures about hashing. First, let us discuss what is hashing. Hashing is the process of transforming any given key or a string of characters into another value. This is usually represented by shorter fixed length value or key that represents and makes it easier to find or employ the original string. The most popular use for hashing is the implementation of hash tables. A hash table stores key and value pairs in a list that is accessible through its index because key and value pairs are unlimited. The hash function will map the keys onto the table size. A hash value then becomes the index of a specific element. A hash function generates new value according to a mathematical hashing algorithm known as hash value or simply a hash. To prevent the conversion of hash back into the original key, a good hash always uses a one-way hashing algorithm. Hashing is relevant to but not limited to data indexing and retrieval. Digital hashing uses functions or algorithms to map object data to a representative integer value. A hash can then be used to narrow down searches when locating these items on the object data map. For example, in hash tables, developers store data, perhaps a customer record in the form of key and value pairs. The key helps identify the data and the operates an input to hashing function, while the hash code or the integer is the map to a fixed size. Hash table support functions that include the following. These are the functions that we can operate on this hash table. The first function is insert. The parameters we pass is key and value. Second function is get, that we get the value of the certain key. Parameter we pass is key. The third operation is delete. If we want to delete in a hash table, we provide the parameter key as it, so that the value regarding to it can be deleted. Next, important note for the hashing techniques. The number of digits in each part varies depending upon the size of hash table. Suppose, for example, the size of the hash table is 100, then each part must have 2 digits except for the last part, which can have a lesser number of digits. There are different methods to represent the hashing techniques. In such of one of the such method is multiplication method. This method involves the following steps. Choose a constant value a such that 0 is less than a less than 1. Multiply the key value with a. Extract the fractional part of Ka. Multiply the result of the above step by step and add it to the hash table. Multiply the key value with A. Extract the fractional part of Ka. Multiply the result of the above step by the size of the hash table. Formula of the multiplication method. H of k is equals to floor of m into k into a mod 1. Here m is the size of the hash table, k is the key value, a is the constant value. The pros and cons of this multiplication method is the advantage of the multiplication method is that it can work with any value between 0 and 1, although there are some values that tend to give better results than the rest. The cons, disadvantages of this multiplication method. The multiplication method is generally suitable when the table size is the power of 2. Then whole process computing the index by the key using multiplication hashing is very. As we said that there are different methods in hashing. See, there are 4 types: division method, mid square method, folding method, multiplication method. As we now discuss multiplication method, let's move to the next method, division method. Division method. This is the most simplest and easiest method to generate a hash value. The hash function divides the value k by m and then uses the remainder obtained. Here k is the value and m is the size of the hash table. Here it is the best suited that m is a prime number and that is can make sure that keys are more uniformly distributed. The hash function is independent upon the remainder of the division. Pros and cons of this division method. The method is quite good for any value of m. The division method is very fast since it requires only a single division operation. Cons. This method leads to poor performance since consecutive keys map to consecutive hash values in the hash table. Sometimes extra care should be taken to choose the value of m. another method. As we discussed two methods, they left two methods. The third method is mid-square method. The mid-square method is a very good hashing method. It involves two steps to compute the hash value. Square the value of the key k square. Extract the middle r digits as the hash value. H of k is equals to h of k into k. And extract the middle. For suppose if we take 25 square. As we take 25 into 25, it's 625. I mean middle value 2. In the hashing table, the where is the index 2, then store the value in it. As simple as it is. The performance of this method is good, as most all digits of the key value contribute to the result. This is because all digits in the key contribute to generating the middle digits of the squared result. The result is not dominated by the distribution of the top digit or bottom digit of the original key value. The size of the key is one of the limitations of this method. As the key is big size, then its square will be double the number of digits. Another disadvantage is that there will be collisions, but we can try to reduce the collisions. Last method, digit folding. Sorry. This method involves two steps. Divide the key value k into number of parts k1, k2, k3, so that k on, where each part has the same number of digits except for the last part that can have lesser digits than the other parts. Add the individual parts. The hash value is obtained by ignoring the last carry if any. So that is the functions in the hashing. So as we came to the end, let us discuss why we use this hashing in data structures. Dewey Decimal Classification has worked well in libraries for many years, and the underlying concept works just as well in computer science. Software engineers can save both file space and time by shrinking the original data assets and input strings to short alphanumeric hash keys. When someone is looking for an item on a data map, hashing helps narrow down search in this scenario. Hash code generates an index to store values, so here hashing is used to index and retrieve the information from a database because it helps to accelerate the process. It is much easier to find an item using its shorter hash key than its original value. Thanking you for giving me this opportunity.